My name is Heinrich and I'm going to talk about AGP-free strategies on behalf of our customers in Taiwan, Go-Far company. When it comes to AGP-free strategies, there is no silver bullet. It's a multifaceted approach that is required, and we can divide it into two different aspects. It is management practices and nutritional strategies. In terms of management practices, vaccinations, biosecurity, stocking densities, and litter management are the most important components. Vaccinations are fairly standardized these days. They are available from the genetic companies, they're available from vets, and they will be tailored to your local needs. Of course, vaccination protects your flock and it reduces the spread of pathogens in the flock. Biosecurity is very much under consideration, especially with the outbreaks of AI worldwide at this point. What is necessary is a well-developed protocol. Now, these are also quite available, easily and freely available. And it basically hinges on 3 points, which is the isolation of production facilities, access control to your production facilities, and basic good sanitation. It's always good to keep in mind, if it's easier to sanitize, if surfaces are easier to sanitize, that's what you want. Gravel around any production house can't be sanitized, whereas concrete can. So very practical approach. Stocking densities, this is something that most producers don't want to hear because it means less meat produced per house, but it does reduce the risk of transmission and the spread of pathogens within flocks. It does have an improvement in terms of health and welfare, and this reduction in stress leads to an increased productivity due to a better immune status in flocks with lower stocking densities. Good litter management aims to create a dry and comfortable environment. It aims to keep the litter dry. This reduces ammonia buildup, and this also ties in with air quality and proper ventilation. Poor litter management will increase your risk of foot pad, dermatitis, breast blisters, and respiratory diseases. On this point, it's important to notice that if you have poor litter management, none of your other management practices will be as effective. Nutritional strategies, we're going to focus on diet formulation, the use of feed additives, and water management, which is often overlooked. In terms of diet formulation, the basic idea behind diet formulation and the use of diet formulation to reduce antibiotic growth promoters is to reduce the amount of undigested crude protein that reaches the hindgut or the C-cup. When it does, it is fermented by the bacteria in the hindgut, and those create certain harmful fermentation products, such as ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, phenols and indoles, and biogenic amines. So it alters the gut microflora, it causes nutrient malabsorption, and it disrupts the gut integrity, which leads to leaky gut. Leaky gut syndrome, of course, also contributes to the translocation of microbes into the liver and various other tissues. Feed additives, this is probably the most active area of research at the moment in the industry. And there are a number of feed additives that can be used and certainly is utilized on a commercial scale. Enzymes is probably the best known and the most effective at this point. A number of enzymes are being used: phytases, xylanases, pectinases, amylases, and proteases. Of course, in terms of protein digestion, the proteases are the most important and the most effective. However, one has to keep in mind that with enzymes, it is very much dependent on your diet formulation and which ingredients and raw materials are used in your diet. The trace minerals, they are crucial for immune and metabolic functions. They may selectively affect your gut microbes. They may promote beneficial the growth of beneficial microbes, but they may also selectively inhibit the growth of certain pathogens. And here we're thinking about zinc and copper specifically. Source of trace minerals is very important. This is probably the most important aspect to keep in mind when considering trace minerals as part of your AGP-free strategy. The simple reason is that we have different sources that are available, broadly defined as organic or inorganic. Inorganic sources in general are quite unavailable in the animal. We say that they have very low bioavailability, whereas your organic sources have a much better bioavailability. Now, this becomes really important when you consider where you want the trace mineral to be active. If you need a trace mineral to be active within the lumen of the gut, obviously you don't want that mineral to be absorbed, and then we'll be looking at your inorganic sources. If you want the mineral to be absorbed quickly and to be available for the animal to be metabolized, then you will be looking at your organic sources. We've come into that habit of discarding inorganic sources out of hand, but as you develop your strategy, maybe just rethink where exactly you want that trace mineral to be active.